please remain standing for the national anthem, which will be led by Lucy White, a junior who is majoring in data and computer sciences. Please join me in giving a warm welcome for Lucy. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Let's give another warm applause to Lucy. Please be seated. And welcome, class of 2019. This is your moment. I have now the great honor and pleasure to introduce someone who I respect very much, who cares deeply about all of our graduates and students here today, and that is our Chancellor, Carol T. Christ.
Proud parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, children, and other family and friends of our graduates, welcome to the University of California at Berkeley. Welcome to the many dedicated faculty, staff, alumni, and honored guests who are with us today, including our keynote speaker, Robert D. Haas, from the class of 1964. And welcome especially to those who we have gathered here to celebrate, the members of UC Berkeley's extraordinary graduating class of 2019. Sitting here, you all are no doubt experiencing a mix of relief, elation, wonder, and apprehension. But in addition to all that, I hope you hold a keen sense of accomplishment, for you have completed a demanding course of study at the nation's best public university. Today, you join and renew the long line of alumni reaching back 151 years, whose lives are forever intertwined with this institution. Today, you become one of nearly 500,000 living alumni worldwide who can proudly call themselves UC Berkeley graduates. The entire Cal community is proud of your achievements, but today, no one is prouder than the family and friends who have stood by you with their love, understanding, and support. Let's have a round of applause for them. Members of the class of 2019, you have come through Berkeley at a historic time in our nation and our world. Your class saw the strongest woman presidential candidate in U.S. history ultimately delivered a stunning defeat in an election that upended American politics. You've since witnessed the most pitched political battles we've seen in decades over taxes, Supreme Court nominees, election meddling, trade deals, a border wall, and even impeachment. In your time here, the national conversation has been framed by urgent and probing issues of race, class, justice, and equality, as the Black Lives Matter movement challenged institutional racism in law enforcement, as the Me Too movement toppled abusive men in positions of power, and as a new and more diverse slate of elected officials took office. While you've been on campus, concerns about cybersecurity, changes in the media we consume, and questions about privacy rights have asked us to reconsider our relationships to now ubiquitous new technology and modes of communication. While at Berkeley, you saw people and nations spring into action to respond to humanitarian crises in Syria, Venezuela, and Yemen, yet also saw disdain for immigrants and refugees take hold here and around the world. You saw acts of violence that renewed disputes about gun rights. You saw natural disasters in South Asia, Puerto Rico, California, and the Amazon, and the discussions about wealth, power, and responsibility that accompanied them. You saw regime change in the UK over Brexit. You saw protests in the streets of Hong Kong. You saw both setbacks and a step forward in our global response to the existential threat of climate change. UC Berkeley has always been part of the public sphere, and many of these events touched our campus or had analogs here. It's a defining quality of our students that you do not sit idly by when you see struggle or injustice, whether in the larger world or locally. You reflect on the issues at hand, consider solutions, and confront problems in all their complexity and with all their deep and enduring difficulty. As surely as this institution has left its mark on you, then you have left your mark on Berkeley. For when you saw the need for change here, you seized it, and our university is richer and better for your efforts. It was your classmates in the Black Student Union who were behind the creation of the Fannie Lou Hamer Resource Center and the ones who helped craft the African American Initiative, which is now working to improve our campus climate for Black students. It was the work of survivors and student advocates among you who helped this university look at how it handles cases of sexual assault and harassment and make improvements. You modeled strength and resolve in support of our undocumented student population as they were villainized by national leaders. You pushed our institution to put sustainability at the fore, making us the largest university to commit to 100% clean energy. Your advocacy in Sacramento helped legislators better value our institution. Your work through Bridges recruitment and retention centers helped bring in and bring up those from backgrounds historically underrepresented on college campuses. And your organizing helped create the Berkeley Basic Needs Center. You helped us learn how we might reconcile a commitment to community alongside a belief in the university's role as a public forum, open even to viewpoints we might find abhorrent. And you joined us in efforts to use dialogue, not violence, to bridge the partisan divide. I do not believe that Berkeley is a bubble, as it is often called, but I do feel that in this campus we share a small and bounded world that each of us can influence, shape, and make different by what we do and say. And you have not been shy to do so. Now, on the cusp of life after college, a phrase I always imagine in all caps, you enter a world that is both full of incredible possibility as well as rife with intractable problems. Problems that are pervasive, that have many dimensions, that span national borders, that don't care about partisan lines. But I know you will not retreat from those challenges. You'll face them head on, just as you've been doing here at Cal. Graduates, congratulations on your achievements. Thank you for working in partnership to help Berkeley become the place we wish it to be, and welcome to the next chapter of your lives. May the education you've received here serve not just yourselves, but your society well. May your years ahead be richly rewarding and fulfilling, and may you enjoy much happiness. The world is now yours to shape. Make it a place of grace, justice, and beauty. Good luck, and go Bears!
I now have the pleasure of introducing your student speaker today, a classmate of 2019. She grew up in New Jersey and also in Fullerton, California. She's graduating today with her bachelor's degree in public health with a minor in education. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Hannah Choi.
Chancellor Christ, Speaker Bob Haas, parents, friends, and family, welcome. And graduates of 2019, congratulations, you made it. 엄마, 아빠, 사랑해요. We entered into this university wide-eyed and mystified, expecting and fearing the big changes that would take place in our lives. Throughout college, we may have experienced losses, or L's, for those in the know, like the L we took when PG&E cut off campus power during fire season, or the L we took when we got our first computer science midterm back in 61A. However, through our L's, we have grown in numerous ways, and I would like to share with you a piece of my journey. This past summer, I went to Kabul, Afghanistan with my Berkeley Christian Fellowship to work with local children and university students. I experienced many things, starting from the moment I stepped off the plane and felt the heat and dust hit my scarf-wrapped head. I walked past brown buildings and marveled at the size of long, oval-shaped melons and the scent of beef kebab filling the air. One day, I struck up a conversation with a teen girl who noticed I looked a bit different. I said, "Chitorasten," which means, "How are you?" in Dari. After some chit-chat, she told me her birthday was approaching, and I gleefully said, "Let's celebrate together." So a few of my teammates from America and I traveled to a village on the outskirts of Kabul a few days later to celebrate Nargis and share our culture of birthday parties. Her family unexpectedly invited us to stay for 2 days, something Americans rarely do for people we don't know. As her whole extended family joined us, we made them party hats and birthday banners, and in return, they showed us how to make ashok, Afghan dumplings, and embroidering Afghan designs. We recognized that we could both learn from each other and became friends. Before flying 28 hours to Afghanistan, I thought I would be educating the people about Western social values and ideologies, and yet I gained so many experiences that have given my life clear direction. I discovered my career path in public health, the importance of service and equity, and the beauty of living among strangers in a different land. I learned that you can live with less and that refugees are people just like us with everyday wants and needs. Nargis jumped with excitement during her party, and her mother smiled with joy when we started dancing in the middle of the night. All of us, including this family, desire to be seen and to be heard. Living abroad showed me 3 new L's that I hope we all leave with today: to learn, to live, and to love others. The first is to learn. Never stop learning. You came here to learn, and I encourage you to keep learning when you leave. Here, I will provide you with the classic Dr. Seuss quote that comes with every graduation speech. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Don't put the brakes on your education, but step on the pedal and accelerate your learning. Stay hungry, be humble, and intentionally seek out new knowledge. The next L is to live. You have been given the gift of one precious life. Live it fully and make it your own. Nobody else is going to pursue your dreams of creating the new startup, or launching a new body-positive fashion line, or starting higher education schools for women in Afghanistan. Life is constantly shifting, so breathe and applaud yourselves for living bravely. The last L is for love. A friend once told me that love is the fifth dimension. Another said, it's the feeling you get when someone offers to buy you boba. At Berkeley, we might have fallen in love with a significant other, or the llamas on Memorial Glade, or the spirit and the wind of this fall's big game. Go Bears! I believe we are born to be loved and to love. Jesus said, love your neighbors, love your enemies. Build connections with those around you, whether that's your neighbor across the street, or across the border in Mexico, or across oceans in Afghanistan. We have received the power to love. So, act with patience and kindness, rejoice in each other's joys, forgive when things get hard, and make sacrifices. As others have sacrificed themselves for us to be here today, may we also take the bold step of offering our lives to share this power to love for all. Fellow Bears, may we grow with each new L that comes our way and strive to learn, live, and love our neighbors and our enemies. In the ever-expanding light of Berkeley. Fiat Lux. Thank you, and to the class of 2019, congratulations, we made it.
Good morning. My name is Kylie Meebust, and I'm the Vice President of the senior class. It is my honor to now introduce our keynote speaker, Robert D. Haas. Mr. Haas received a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of California, Berkeley in 1964. He graduated Pi Beta Kappa and was class valedictorian, while also having a reputation as a prankster among his classmates. After graduation, he went on to serve in the Peace Corps in Ivory Coast. Mr. Haas earned his MBA from Harvard and subsequently served as a White House Fellow and an associate with McKinsey & Company. He joined Levi Strauss & Company in 1973 and went on to become President and Chief Executive Officer, and then Chairman of the board. He now serves as Chairman Emeritus. When our class decided to invite Mr. Haas to be here with us today, it wasn't only because of his remarkable resume. We invited Mr. Haas because of his leadership in correcting social injustice in both his business and personal life. We wanted to hear from him about how our generation should be thinking about the opportunities and challenges before us as we embark on our post-Berkeley lives. Sure, we wanted career advice, but more importantly, we want to hear from him and reflecting on his approaches to business and philanthropy. And we wanted to see if he could share with us his insights about living a purpose-driven life. We also wanted to give Mr. Haas some props for his strong support for our soon-to-be alma mater. Our speaker today has left this university an amazing and unrivaled legacy. Through his and his family's support, Berkeley has launched the Haas Scholars Program, which funds financial aid-eligible, academically talented undergraduates to engage in a sustained research project, field study, or other creative project in the summer before and during their senior year at Berkeley. Mr. Haas and his family also have been active and powerful supporters of Berkeley's undocumented students, Cal Athletics, and countless other initiatives across campus. Not surprisingly, Mr. Haas was named Berkeley alumnus for the year 2009. Robert Haas's commitment to his alma mater is matched by his commitment to making the world a better, more equitable place. Fellow members of Class of 2019, faculty, families, and guests, please join me in welcoming Mr. Robert D. Haas to the podium as our 2019 commencement speaker.
Thank you, Kyrie, for your kind introduction. And thank you, you and your classmates are an inspiration to me. The reason I remain involved in this great institution is because the world needs more young leaders like all of you. Good morning, Chancellor Christ, faculty members, and of course, our graduates. I want to begin by thanking the parents and friends of today's graduates. This is your moment too. Your encouragement and support over the years is one of the key reasons these students are sitting here today. Graduates, it's an honor to be with you on your special day. Thank you for inviting me. The last time I spoke at a commencement ceremony was in 1964. That's when I was in the place that you are today, graduating from Berkeley. Actually, I participated in 2 commencement ceremonies that year, one here at Berkeley and the other at a small university to the south of us. It turned out that 2 of my closest high school friends were graduating from Stanford on the day following my commencement from Berkeley. I wanted to support them on their special day, and I thought, why sit in the audience when I could join them in going through the ceremony? Well, I still had my rented Berkeley cap and gown, so I drove to Stanford, went to the gym where the graduates were lining up, slipped into the line in the place of an absent graduate, and filed into the amphitheater where the ceremony was being held. I sat with the graduates as they listened to all the speakers and then joined them in marching across the stage and picking up their diplomas. Now, full disclosure, after the ceremony, I took that diploma and returned it to a lost and found booth. I learned one important lesson from that experience. You have to work damn hard for 4 or 5 years to get your degree at Cal. But at Stanford, all it takes is a half a tank of gasoline. I know that Berkeley hasn't gotten any easier in the decades since my own commencement. And most of you knew that when you decided to come here. This is one of the most rigorous, high-quality institutions of higher education in the nation, and indeed the world. As students, the burden was on you to navigate your way, to manage your time, and figure out what to order from a KiwiBot to get you through a marathon study session. Think about how much of the Berkeley experience wasn't in the brochures and the upbeat emails that you received when you were applying, or in the course catalog. They didn't cover half of what a Berkeley education is all about. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk about how your life and career will rarely go as you think. The heavyweight boxing champion, Muhammad Ali, once said, "You don't lose if you get knocked down. You lose if you stay down." I'm here today to share some unfortunate news with you. You're going to get knocked down. The question before you today is, how are you going to react? How will you get back up and keep on moving forward in the face of the unpredictable challenges and opportunities that life delivers? My experience suggests a simple answer. Staying true to your values and who you are will enable you to achieve a successful and rewarding life. For me, it all started at home with the values instilled in me by my parents and grandparents. Then I had the privilege of attending this great university. Being at Berkeley in the early 1960s was a transformational experience. I was going to Berkeley to get a degree and perhaps to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. But what I really received was an education. Here at Cal, I was jostled from the complacency of a comfortable youth. From the moment I stepped on campus, I encountered sharp debates about the issues of the day. I was forced to consider different points of view. I learned to listen closely to people whose circumstances and life experiences were very different from my own. And I learned the value of questioning the way things are. Early in my business career, I came across an image that has stuck with me for decades. It was on a billboard in England promoting a new line of Levi's jeans. It showed a group of white sheep all heading in the same direction. And in the midst of the flock, there was a black sheep going the opposite way. The tagline was, "Black Levi's, when the world zigs, zag." When the world zigs, zag. To me, that advertising slogan summed up a Berkeley education. Be open to fresh perspectives. Question established thinking and practices. Stay grounded in your core values. When I think back on my life and career, it's the zags that stand out. Those moments when we make thoughtful and deliberate decisions to go against the grain and upend conventional wisdom. The times when we challenge business and social norms, not because we want to score points or draw attention to ourselves, but because it's the right thing to do. Today, I want to reflect on a few of those moments and what they taught me. Earlier, I said that I benefited from the values I saw practiced at my home. My father, Walter Haas Jr., led Levi Strauss & Company for many years. He graduated from Berkeley in the class of 1937. In the 1950s, manufacturers like Levi's were locating more and more plants in the southeastern United States. We were attracted by the region's plentiful labor. Offsetting that, however, was the fact that at that time, everything in that part of the country was segregated, including manufacturing facilities. Separate entrances, work areas, bathrooms, drinking fountains, everything, all based on whether you were black or white. It was in this environment that Levi's began negotiating with officials in Blackstone, Virginia, about locating a new plant there. My father and his brother Peter, who were partners in running the business, insisted that the plant had to be integrated from the start. Local leaders said, "Y'all don't understand. We just don't do that here." Levi's didn't budge. So the locals came back later with a proposal to build a brick wall to split the plant in two. Black workers would work on one side, whites on the other. Again, we didn't budge. Fearing that we might locate the new plant in another community, the locals said, "So what if we paint a white line down the middle of the factory to separate white and black workers. My father and uncle stood firm. In the end, local officials agreed to our conditions. And contrary to their fears, the integrated plant, one of the first in the South, operated harmoniously from the day it opened. This happened years before federal law required it. What I took away from that story is that values are non-negotiable. In the end, your values and your reputation are all you have to stand on. It may be uncomfortable to challenge the way things are generally done, but when it's the right thing to do, you do it. Because that's what lets you sleep better at night. That's what lets you move on with your life and your career, believing that you did your best, not just for yourself and your family, but for society and the world. When I moved into the CEO role at Levi's, I had plenty of my own run-ins with dated business and social norms. One of my earliest decisions was to let employees wear casual clothes to work. In today's world, that may sound easy, but back in the early 1950s, remember that was nearly 40 years ago, most companies required their employees to wear suits and ties or dresses to work. That decision was a no-brainer since we were the leading casual clothing manufacturer in the nation. But others were harder. One that stands out was a decision that we made to move the production of many of our clothing lines overseas in the 1980s. The writing was on the wall. Trade barriers were coming down, resulting in easier access to lower-cost foreign factories. As a result, most of our competitors were shutting their U.S. factories. At Levi's, we couldn't ignore the economic realities. To stay competitive and keep our business going, we had to consider more of our clothing lines overseas. But this new situation raised an ethical dilemma. If you're producing things overseas, how can you make sure that your products are not coming from factories that are sweatshops, or from factories where there's child labor, or from places where basic environmental and worker safety protections are ignored? Our brand's reputation and future appeal were on the line. I appointed a task force to look into these questions. They came back evenly split. Due to the added costs of rigorous standards and inspections, they couldn't agree on how aggressive the company should be in trying to enforce global standards. So it was up to me to make a decision. The risks were substantial, but in my view, the integrity of how we did business was non-negotiable. Levi's ended up adopting a groundbreaking set of standards that covered labor practices, the environment, everything. We defied conventional practice, potentially adding significant costs and affecting our competitive position. We took a risk and we zagged. Fortunately, a number of other companies quickly recognized the reputational risks in not following our lead. They started calling us and asked for copies of our code of conduct so they could use it with their overseas contractors. These new standards impacted hundreds of thousands of people's lives. They changed working conditions. They increased pay and opportunities. They supported new development in emerging economies around the world. The lesson? Zagging can have big and unexpected benefits. As you move into your careers, you'll discover that your decisions can have real and wide-ranging impacts on people and communities. For example, in 1982, a group of concerned employees came to me to talk about a deadly, unnamed disease that was primarily affecting gay men. The disease, of course, was AIDS. At that time, people didn't know a lot about the disease. There were a lot of rumors going around and a lot of disinformation. These employees wanted to combat the falsehoods by handing out leaflets to their colleagues with helpful information about prevention and treatment. Now, these were less tolerant times when it comes to gay rights. And as a result, these employees were concerned that by distributing leaflets about a disease that was primarily affecting gay people, that they would be presumed to be gay themselves. This could be harmful to their relations with their co-workers and indeed to their careers. It was a time to zag. I saw the value of passing out information about this mysterious and deadly disease. After all, the well-being of our employees was at stake. To reassure and support these concerned employees, I joined them and several other senior managers in passing out leaflets in the lobby of our headquarters. Getting involved in the fight against AIDS raised our awareness of this emerging public health issue. This prompted us to learn more about the disease and to take action. Levi's made our first grant to an AIDS-serving organization the following year. We were one of the first corporations to do so. We created pace-setting policies to protect and help HIV-positive employees that became models for other enterprises. A decade later, Levi Strauss & Company became one of the first companies in America to offer benefits to the unmarried partners of our employees. We were ahead of the curve on that one, too. And it happened because we listened to the people affected by the problems and took action based on our values. Some of you will go into business in the coming years, and others will join nonprofits or serve in the government. Regardless of where you end up, it's not just through your work that you'll have opportunities to make a positive difference in the world. You can also do so through your involvement in communities and on the issues that you care about. Growing up, I learned about the value of community and public service. My time at Berkeley broadened my understanding of how to make a difference. I was exposed to protesting, picketing, and advocating for the causes that I believed in. These experiences benefited me as I joined with other members of my family on the board of a foundation my parents created. Over the last 2 decades, this foundation has been involved in 2 issues that have risen to the top of today's national debates: gay rights and immigration. In 2001, we became the first foundation to embrace marriage equality as a major priority. At the time, no state in the country offered gay and lesbian couples the freedom to marry. From the beginning, we knew that this was going to be a long, uphill battle. But we saw marriage as a key step to winning broad acceptance and opening the door to full equality for gay and lesbian people. So we started making investments in organizations and leaders working on this issue. Then, in November 2004, voters in 13 states adopted constitutional amendments banning same-sex marriage, and they did so by overwhelming margins. It was a demoralizing moment. We got knocked down. In the face of adversity, however, we were undeterred. We got up and we zagged. We stayed true to our values and kept our focus on our ultimate goal. We persevered and worked with movement leaders on a wide-ranging effort to turn things around. And things did turn around. In June 2015, the Supreme Court made marriage equality the law of the land. It was a historic decision that ranks as one of the most important milestones in American civil rights history. What I learned from this multi-year effort is that working for lasting social progress takes time. You're going to face all kinds of obstacles. There will be days and months and years when you wonder if it's even worth it. But if you persevere, stay focused on the results you're trying to achieve, and join with partners who share your belief in the need for change, well, anything is possible. In 2012, I also want to talk to you about immigration. More specifically, I want to talk about the courageous and talented students here at Berkeley and at other universities across the country who are undocumented immigrants. Some are here with us today in this graduating class. My family and I have come to know many of these students very well. And as we got to know their stories and we heard more about the challenges they face, we decided we wanted to do more to help them succeed and have a voice. In 2012, our family's foundation gave this university a gift of $1 million for scholarships for undocumented students. It was the largest gift and the first of its kind at that time. Additionally, a member of my family provided support for critical campus services for undocumented students. Today, Berkeley's undocumented student program is widely recognized as a pioneering initiative in higher education. Other colleges and universities are modeling their own programs on what's happening right here. Needless to say, immigration has become a controversial topic in the United States today. Undocumented Americans are a favored punching bag for the anti-immigrant crowd. I remember the conversations we had when we decided to fund these Berkeley scholarships. We knew we'd take some heat for it, and we surely did. If it hasn't soaked in yet, I'll say it once again. You have to stand for something in life. For each of you graduating today, the issues you'll be dealing with in your chosen career will be different. Maybe you'll choose to work on climate change, or artificial intelligence, or digital privacy. Many of you will get involved in things that are not even on your radar right now. But in the course of your life and career, you're going to come face to face with challenges and opportunities that will require you to make a choice. Do you accept the way things are, or do you try to make them better? I know from experience that your Berkeley education has prepared you for these moments, not only because of what you've learned in your classes here, but because of the values that you take away from this special place. The value of questioning the way things are, the value of listening to others, the value of learning and gathering the information you need to make smart decisions, the value of pluralism and diversity and justice for all people, the value of zagging. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to make my way to Palo Alto for the Stanford commencement. Go forth and zag, and go Bears!
Now it is time to confer the degrees. Will the candidates for the PhD degrees please come forward?
Olivia Wang. Blagoja Georgievich. Mauricio Ailan. Yuri Hakohen.
Candidates, you have voluntarily submitted yourself to the traditions of the pursuit of knowledge and have proved yourself worthy of this high calling. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the President of the University of California, I grant you the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. You join this esteemed group of colleagues who have also obtained graduate degrees. We welcome you to join us on stage as part of the Academy. We now wish to recognize our students who will receive their master's and bachelor's degrees. Will the candidates please come forward?
Ready? James Choho. Hannah Choi.
Maria
Daniel
Navalez.
Oops, we're going to do this together. Chian Hyun Yu.
Ricky Sato.
Iktae Park.
Chris Shin.
Chohan Chang.
Alicia Belicito Riera.
Rong Pan.
Alexis Armstead.
Holly Hoover.
Aaron I.
Walt Lee Young.
Han Gainu.
Shelby Bonds.
Watson Saki He.
Wei Yu He.
Louis Valeria.
Matthew Yee.
Liv Johansson.
Su Chi Su.
Josh Dibble.
Jaemin Lee.
Seikei Ryu.
Yuri Murakami.
Garrett Gomez Nietu.
Elin Sun.
Nico British.
Easy Zhou.
Kevin Lasek.
Yufan Lee.
Yoon Sun.
Anastasia Kozyrevskaya.
Eric Joe.
Sarah Stroin.
Jonathan Kobe Dumaso.
Zhuer Zhou.
Dek Ya Lee.
Emily Hyde.
Erin Bryce Mantha.
Lily Vogt.
Hannah Chevaria.
Sterling Tuma.
Christopher Lloyd Chang.
Lizzie Zhao.
Haley Jack.
Shuyan Zhu.
Nikia Reviru Peoples.
Saria Solorzano.
Ruby Sapia.
Kerrigan Pereiro.
Arun Shiverson.
Yumi Jun Song.
Arjun Gill.
Zihi Wang.
Yi Chu.
Yunwei Wang. Yang.
Jennifer Constanza.
Wansak Choi.
Kamia
Bob.
Saatadatian.
Oops. Flip it up. Let's see, go next.
Rohit Yilu Moon Chili.
Courtney McGuire.
Brianna Rubio.
Shelby Welton.
Mikhail Renuka.
Naomi Rose.
Den Ni Han.
Amberlyn Saw.
Leah Pankers.
Anna Kubicki. Kubiku.
Alexia Armstrong.
Chang Lin.
Ada Gonzalez.
Yu Cheng Zhang.
Nilda Ruiz.
Kelly Maddox.
Viridiana Moreu.
Heather Morris Smith.
Hanye Eva Ranayan.
Ening Nina Young.
Amy Medelson.
Ejia Chen.
Shan Ni Lu Lee.
Song Yao Duan.
Cynthia Hurtado.
Jiahan Carolyn Deng.
Jefferson Valladares.
Yin Yuan Huang.
Ryan Murray.
Daniel Vandermadden.
Chu Chu Lee.
Kevin Borg.
Savannah Rennie.
George Pasatino.
Mia Corbrin.
Maxwell Ronquillo.
Abigail Kim.
Zachary Williams.
Mahina Muminova.
Jonathan Cervantes.
Samuel Katz Hausman.
Jacqueline Hom.
Min Yu Sher.
Katia Coate.
Sung Jo.
Richard Iho Tan.
Ji Yoon Lee.
Jia K. Lee.
Vignesh Vasu.
Jayaze Ihu.
Natalie Davis.
Stephen Carl.
Karam Mukhtar.
Sophia Nuzma.
Logan Piper.
Solby Park.
Jonathan Martinez Contreras.
Nicholas Carrick.
Christopher Hushkey.
Thi Nguyen.
Robert Brown.
Gaoju Xiang. Thank you. Congratulations.
Umira Rice.
Oren Elmquist.
Okay.
Jenny Rice.
Nicole Potenzano.
Jesus Ruiz Ramos. Matthew
Jacqueline
Miguel
Sharon
Arana.
Anderson.
Sorry, I've got it.
Okay. Chiho Park.
Quetzale Calderon. Louder.
Rolando Gutierrez
Eric
Contreras.
Mazariegos. Mohammed Shaikh.
Winnie Luo.
Connor Meach.
Alana Lopez Cohen.
Elliot Cantor. Elliot Cantor. Wait. Lo siento.
Hannah Tang.
Okay. Ko Xiang.
Ji Gong Su.
Yuching Yang.
Miriam Melendez.
Ravan Arreola.
Yep. Paul
Rose
Xiao.
Min.
Sorry.
Juan Mena.
Rashikiana Andikasim.
Samantha Quijano. Okay.
Young,
Daniel Aaron.
Young Shang Kim.
Cameron Safol.
Ji Hyuk Lim.
Sahar Sani.
Yujan Lee.
Siju Zhang.
Jason Ma.
Zohal Wardak. Yengjing Chen.
Nimalan Sivipalan.
Janice Nadal.
Matthew Payton.
Arnovio Morelix.
Mahir Tumar.
Forrest Wong.
Ryan McCrae.
Darren Taniguchi.
Yi King Wang.
Maya Yao.
Brandon Pineda Castillo.
David Wong.
Terry Ton.
Paula Baltasar.
Suknundan
Nikki
Nijar.
Lee. Stephen Chow.
Claire Cameron.
Darlene Lee.
Cholin
Travis
Im.
Hartley. Sam Ritchie.
Andre Kasyanchuk.
Ongru Wong.
Nicole No.
Andrew Shacker.
Christian
Abram Gutkin Lopez.
Christian Tatara.
Joseph Willenberg.
Sonia Shimazakai.
Trenton Saunders. Yeah.
Angela Monlem.
Nigel Lane.
Madeline Weiser.
Franklin Wang,
Richard Liu.
James Dalton,
Alicia Sidik.
Diana Alfaya Brito,
Raquel Moral.
Chomel Sagsalat,
Sing Chi Chu.
Joseph Concepcion,
Hui Feng.
Anya Mansour,
Renjun Cheng.
Wingku Wang,
Chi Chi Shen.
Jackie Chow,
Yu Ming Lee.
Sara Maimoto,
Bofan Jiyu.
Rachel Crystal Ba,
Shui Li Deng.
Miguel Reyes,
Tian Ren Gao.
Dui Nguyen,
Timothy Liu.
Koa Huang,
Jonathan de los Santos de la Cruz.
Sing Vong,
Kim Do.
Yuan Nguyen,
Sulim Damirji.
Alexandria Tawa,
Brian Chen.
Maggie Tan Gao,
Yuri Nam.
Juliana Dezel,
Andualam Kefeni.
Juliana White. Oh, I see what the problem is.
Noah Texter.
Jackson Leisure, Paul Bitutsky, Roberto Rosas Gonzalez,
Megan.
Macy Renee Tycho,
Megan Pickering.
Alisa Gan,
John De La Rosa.
Kit Finsky, Sarah Miller,
Rung Simon Parjaranjit.
Samantha Sutterfield,
Laura Grohentz.
Everett Fisher,
BK Park.
May White,
Ji Soo Hong.
Hannah Komine,
Calder Powers.
Dylan Powell,
Ruth Meza.
Garrett Sano,
Wade Burns.
Kevin Beck, Chloe Gretches,
Talia Sacedo.
Jason Jia,
Lisette Gill.
Sam Inoue Alexander.
Adam Kavechi.
Sartaj Sandhu.
Ian Lee.
Aubrey Dolores Subadia.
Daniel Lee.
Kenya Madrigal.
Derek Ferenchek.
Rihanna Mayumi Roberts.
Alexander Welty.
Michaela Grace Gooch.
Wyatt Stillman.
Sira Grotiez Franco.
Kyle White.
Maria Sanders.
Arlene Shurchin.
Tarin Cato.
Arman Sakik.
Magda Woldesenbet.
Zachariah Rodriguez.
Ava Penelope Hall.
Brett Bussell.
Sami Chakre.
Gabriel Naum.
Lauren Hughes.
Shiji Zhu.
Kate Lamont.
Ziting Wu.
Maya Vranas.
Andrew Botras.
Rafael Prieto Escobedo.
Seth Hammond.
Jamar Mendoza.
Rachel Neal.
Priscilla Helen.
Michael Rainey.
Leslie Spates.
Albert Ton.
Noemi Ramirez. Noemi Ramirez.
Armin Richard Havanesen.
Luke Feilberg.
Sum Clapper.
Tristan Wells.
Kaylin Greenberg.
Christiana Nielsen.
Mary Liu.
Matthew Yorke.
Erin Kerbo.
Hugo Seovaya.
Bree Schuttner.
Alba Nayet Delgado.
Maria Nguyen.
Yifi Lee.
Kathy Fun.
Lynn Zhu.
Ethan Sanderson.
Monica Lin.
Kana Mishra.
Tin Jiao Zhang.
Jiwon Sung.
Joanna Riola.
Haesun Park.
Jacob Phillips.
Yan Liang.
Christopher Aviles.
Georgia Rabara.
Emily Rose Peck.
Chloe Lau.
Juan Sebastian Rozo Vasez.
Mia Evangelista.
Brandon Chan.
Safa Moharam.
Takamoto Takamiya.
Ulovas Bernardino.
Christian Menendez.
Zitu Lin.
Echo Henson.
Ara Buria.
Jesse Johnson.
Alexandria Figueroa.
Anthony Dennis Sanchez.
Crystal Carter.
Sarah Johnson.
Dr. Sidney Nichelle Beauford.
Jessica Torres Sierra.
Shun Him Lau.
Melissa Stevens Pardo.
Jensu Senner.
Trevor Head.
Casey Cha.
Alondran Cornea Almananza.
Simon Lee Kresner.
Melissa Villegas.
Maxwell McAllister.
Adriana Lizette Martin Cisneros.
Matthew Douglas Beatty.
Isha Sheth.
Safeldin El Gamal.
Deanna Truiba.
Peter Uhas.
Lynn Lee.
Janyun Jang.
Heidi Shen.
Yida Yao.
Victoria Leshuk.
Yijing Sun.
Shalik Mamin.
Kaishan Liang.
Michael Martin.
Grace Carter.
Aditya Palacharla.
Adam Nuvar.
Eliana Hernandez Sayego.
Tyler Pereira.
Chris Perry.
Dominic Tortis.
Timothy Ningsavath.
Mateo Lopez Molina.
Francesca Sun.
David Straub.
Brenda Wang.
Ash Tan.
Yunfan Hua.
David Galvez.
Diantong Dong.
Casey Reish.
Amir Dali Shaush.
Aruj Imran.
Thomas Kai.
Sunghu Jung,
Megan McDaniel,
Ashray Manipali,
Duke Nguyen,
Frederick Baumeister,
Zhen Liang,
James Nagana,
Renee Ayala,
Hee Doan,
Xin Yi Zhang,
Kingsley Sun,
Xiao Chen Gao,
Robert Wright,
Chen Seong Wu,
Hun Tao Wan,
Yanting Pan,
Brian Longji Lin,
Yi Huan Song,
Lin Zhu Li,
Shubei Wang,
Nabel Mamoon,
Xin Chen,
Stephen Costello,
Don Young Lee,
Sharon Yang,
Christina Cardova,
Yezi Zhao,
Nathan Chen,
Yuji Wu,
Leon Zhu,
Tao Zio,
Adnan Rawan,
Chiaoui Jian,
Eddie Yang,
Jessica Payne,
Evelyn Wan Yu Ma,
Eli Schwartz,
Mohammed Camille Shums,
Miranda Lee,
Catherine Preisler,
Kieran Bray,
Donovan Chu,
Sarah Jin,
Jacob Mims,
Konchang Ulanzo Vang,
Matthew Morrison,
Uraz Hazare,
Anthony Otati,
Ann Calvert,
Nick Cabot,
Jack Phillips,
Rebecca Cohen,
Jeremiah Andrews,
Gunther Mata,
Connor Bunnell,
Robert Joseph,
Sierra Grajede Kozin,
Jalen Hawkins,
Remy Minju Zhong,
Jordan Duncan,
Dor Shavoynik,
Christopher Puga,
David Olin,
Anthony Garcia,
Brian Lowe,
Patrick Hazelrig,
Dunneet Rich,
Nadia Cochinwala,
Kyler McTressie,
Christian Alcala,
Moye Takata,
Alexander Komitana,
Andrew Powers,
Isaiah Dunn,
John Hayes,
Purvi Tandel,
Nicholas Waters,
Shelby Call,
Jacob Kuki,
Sandy Campbell,
Justin Wan,
Joffrey Murakami,
Susie Lim,
Summer Lowe,
Hyung Kim,
Blake Johnson,
Joseph Kim,
Josh Adams,
Sun Su Huyen Cho,
Quan Lu,
Ryan Ong,
Yahili Martin,
Rahul Babkrishnan,
Sandabel Ramirez Rubio,
Jasmeet Dillon,
Juliet Nicole Pera Pironia,
Dinonja Kamat,
Isanet Carrion,
Jeffrey Suzuki,
Sasank Shagatai,
Patrick Tagari,
Leah Steiger,
Khalil Small,
Damian Aguirre,
Freddie Cervantes,
Kevin Wynn,
Eugen Jia.
Rolf Derek Dizong.
Kangray Hu.
Jessica Bonaparte.
Maria Smith.
Sierra Padilla.
Olivia Chang.
Mileva Asadirad.
Tsifan Chen.
Ajuni Hora.
Gu Wei Yang.
Danny Chira.
Chun Sang Chi.
Melody Niv.
Erica Baldwin.
Elizabeth Granolds.
Aditya Jaunchun Virun.
Megan Wu.
Marin Palaniappan.
Michelle Kwok.
Shinmu Hu.
Alexander T. Liu.
Lillian Tran.
Shi Chen Wong.
Stars Kwan.
Chang Hyun Kim.
Chulwu Kim.
Selena Denome.
Julian Rojas Najera.
Zishui Zach Chu.
Derek Chow.
Jack Picard.
Yusuf Yunmakani.
Jordan Hoover.
Ukshith Nisha Anish.
Timothy Simmons.
Jose Chavez.
Carla Susana Gomez Victor.
Elizabeth Honda.
Chun Sing Yang.
Luis Serrano.
Junji Fang.
Sarah Chan.
Justin Palmer.
Daniel Mao.
Madison Lasky.
Alexander Sarka.
Elena Keavisi.
Troy Loizo.
Steve Lee.
Eric Heidel.
Sung Wong Chung.
Derek Pan.
Nu Win.
Lauren McKinney.
Felix Dang.
Michael Shu.
Vojmin Kim.
Mathil Cuevos.
Alex Oresco.
Lexi Polavoy.
Hector Aguiar.
Madeline Tan.
Quincy Stivers.
Jessica Wang.
Rebecca Kostieva.
Melanie G.
Fang Zhu Ying.
Oyen Wo.
Sydney Augustine.
Carl Adler.
Mikey Franklin.
Leo Tang.
Jifong Chan.
Young Ho Song.
Jiyang Ruan.
Jinwoo Hong.
Raymond Lee.
Wanjun Oh.
Grashant Bosse.
Amber Inez Kamik.
Samia Sharif.
Haley
Nika
Anderson.
Gaspid Khalid.
Ann Sleeman.
Gordon Ma.
Milad Roshanahad.
Yuqing Lin.
Alex Bazar.
Ariana Shabastari.
Leo Chu.
Sahana Sharesh.
Jimmy Wen.
Danny Yang.
Even Cardenas.
Mariana Ypez Estrada.
Maria Ortega Sanchez.
David Shiatsu.
Victor Vargas.
Michelle Fan.
Simone Matekna.
Yvette Yuhan Jung.
Luis Jesus Molina Juarez. Nicholas Cow. Juna Moon. Jeanne Fan. Fei Wade. Puru Pahoja. Li Chin. Duo Zhu. Leomat Chrysostomos. Chiyoung Wu. Zachary Noyak. And last but not least, Yanning Sun.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the President of the University of California, I grant you the degrees Master of Arts, Master of Sciences, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science. Congratulations, graduates. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left side. Now, please stand as we sing Hail to California. You can find the lyrics in your program. Will be led by Lucy White. Please stand as you are able.
Hail to California, alma mater dear. Sing the joyful chorus, sounded far and near. Rallying round her banner, we will never fail. California, alma mater, hail, 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 hail. Oh. Hail to California, Queen in whom we're blessed, spreading light and goodness over all the West, fighting 'neath her standard, we shall sure prevail. California, alma mater, hail, hail, hail. Congratulations, graduates, class of 2019! You are now our newest alumni of the best university, public university in the world! Family and friends, please wait for the official party to recess before meeting the graduates out on Speaker Plaza. On the count of 3, go Bears. 1, 2, 3, go Bears! Congratulations!